Welcome to all. Now we discuss about topic of open loop and closed loop control systems. These are the content discussed in this topic. First of all, introductions, definitions, components of control systems, types of control systems. That means open loop control system, closed loop control systems, and examples of control systems. This is the introductions. A control system is a control system for process or plant wherein control elements are distributed throughout the systems. This is a contrast to non-distributed systems, which is use a single controller at a central location. In a DCS, a hierarchy of controllers is connected by communications networks for command and monitoring the all systems. The definitions, it means by which a variable quantity or set of variable quantities is made to conform a prescribed norm. It either holds the values of controlled quantities constant or causes them to vary in a prescribed way. A control system may be operated by electricity, a mechanical means by fluid pressures that like liquids or gases, or by a combination of means. When a computer is involved in the control circuit, it is usually more convenient to operate all control systems electrically. The basic components of control systems, first one is plant, and then feedback system, and controllers and error detectors. First one, plant, the portion of system which is to be controlled or regulated is called as plant or process. It is unit where actual processing is performed and the input of the plant is the controlled signal generated by a controller. Feedback, it is a controlled action in which the output is sampled and a proportional signal is given to the input for automatic corrections of any changes in the desired outputs. The output is given as a feedback to the input for correction, that is, information about the output is given to the input, correcting the changes in output due to the disturbance. The feedback signal is fed to the error detectors. The error detectors, the function of error detector is to compare the reference from the input with the feedback signals. It produces an error signal which is difference of two input which are reference signal and feedback signals. The error signal is fed to the controller for necessary controlled actions. The controller, the element of system within the itself or external to the system which controls the plant is called the controller. The error signal will be weak signal, and so it has to be amplified and then modified for better control actions. The types of control system, first one is open loop and closed loop system. The open loop controls is a schematic diagram for just like it has the input and the processes and the output. The open loop control system, in open loop control system we have the process which has control and some input to change the process and output. We have an example of tank level control. This is a start or stop functions, and the pump here is the tank. You have the high level switches and lower switches, or only the we have stop or start the motors. The fluids or water passes through the pump and collect the tank. The only one system will pass throughout the system. In open loop control system, when we start the pump, it will continue fill the fluid in the tank, but at a time tank will overflow, still pump will not stop. In open loop control, we have to know feedback, that what is going on in process. We have to manually control the pump by putting a man or near at a tank. He will see that high level switch glow, that will stop the pump, and if to low level will glow the start the pump. These advantages of open loop system. The open loop system are very simple and economical. They are easier to construct. The open loop system are stable one. This is disadvantages means, the main disadvantages open loop system are inaccurate and reliable. The changes in the output due to external disturbance are not corrected automatically. This closed loop control system. In closed loop control system, you have information about the change in process with respect to change in input. Now consider the previous example in open loop control system. Here the start and stop device and pump and tank and high level and low level switches and the control systems. The high level and low level switches connected with the control system and then connected to the start and stop devices. This is the process block diagrams. So this is input and connected with a controller and the processor and output. In between the processor and output, you have to collect the data through the feedback system, and it controlled, then give the data to the inputs. So in closed loop control system, the open loop control system, when we start the pump, we have no status of the tank level, but in closed loop control system we have the status tank level, and if tank level goes below, the low level switch act and the pump will start by controller. In second case, if the tank level goes high, then the high level switch act and the controller stop the pump. Hence the difference between the open loop and closed loop systems. The advantages of closed loop system. The closed loop systems are accurate. They are accurate even in the presence of non-linearity. They are more stable. They are less affected by noise. The disadvantages means they are complex and expensive. The feedback in closed loop system may lead to oscillatory response. More care is needed to design and closed loop system. The overall gain of the system is reduced due to the feedback. The examples of these system control systems. Distinct example of control systems are liquid level control system, room temperature control systems, traffic control system, and home heating systems. Thank you.